Hi guys, it's Dr. Allison and I am super excited to be here with you tonight to talk about all things goal setting and how you can really make the most of that so you can have the best year yet. We're already a couple weeks into January, so this is a topic that's probably been on a lot of your minds. Maybe you've already set some resolutions for yourself, or maybe you're working up to that. We've had a lot of really fun conversations with people in the office on what their goals and resolutions are for January, but there's some pretty alarming statistics out there about the actual success of setting New Year's resolutions. And so less than 10% of people who set a New Year's resolution actually achieve what they want to achieve, which I think is so crazy. And 80% of people have already failed at their New Year's resolution by February, which you probably know if you're a member of a gym or maybe you're in a yoga class. Things get super crazy. They're super packed those first couple weeks of January, and then they really start to fizzle out as people sort of lose track and move on to other things. And so we want to give you some tips tonight to really help you defy those odds and have the best year yet. And so we're going to start off by first talking about why most of our resolutions fail. And that's really because we're usually not setting the right resolutions. Either a lot of times the resolutions we set are just way too vague. They're just kind of blanket statements of, I want to lose weight this year, or I want to save money. The second reason a lot of resolutions fail is because we usually don't put in place a realistic plan to help us achieve our goals. And the third reason is that a lot of times we're not setting resolutions for ourselves. There's something that someone else has told us we should do, or we feel like society thinks we should do, and they're not something that we want to do for ourselves. So, like I said, we're really going to dig in tonight, give you some tips on how to make this the most successful year for you. And so one of the things that we do at Experience Wellness when we're planning out our year, even when we plan out our weeks at the office, we use what's called a SMART goal. And so maybe you've heard of this, but SMART is an acronym, and it actually stands for setting goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. And so we're going to go into a little bit of each of those and why they're so important. And the first one is setting goals that are specific. Like we just said, a lot of the resolutions that we set are just way too vague. Our brain does better when we're giving it, goals and things that are specific and detailed. So instead of setting a goal of I want to lose weight this year, set something more specific. Say, I want to lose 5 pounds in the next 2 months. Or instead of saying, I want to save money this year, pick an actual amount. I want to save $100 every month. When we do that and give our brain statements that are specific, we're going to be way more successful. The second part is making sure that our goals are measurable. When our goals are something that we can measure and track, we're going to find we have way more success. We talked about how one of the reasons we fail is because we don't have that actionable plan in place to help us achieve that. And so by setting goals that we can measure, that helps keep us on track. There's so many different ways we can do this. There's so many apps out there, no matter what your goals or resolutions are. If you want to work on drinking more water, or if you want to add meditation into your day, find an app that you can track that in, because it will help hold you accountable and help support you. And not only when we do that are we keeping ourselves on track, but we're also reinforcing those good behaviors so that they become habits much quicker. The third part to setting our SMART goals is making sure they're achievable. And I honestly think this is the most important one, because especially when we're setting our big New Year's resolutions, it's easy to go from 0 to 100. And the problem with that is that when we set goals that are too big, too fast, it's easy to get frustrated and overwhelmed, and it ultimately leads to failure. So when we set goals, break them up into smaller chunks. If you're someone who maybe doesn't work out right now and becoming more active is one of your goals, don't set a goal of, I'm going to work out an hour every single day. That's just not achievable. So start by breaking it up into smaller chunks. Maybe commit to taking a 10-minute walk every day. Or maybe say I'm going to start out with getting in 3 to 4 workouts a week. And then when those become habit, you can build on it from there. The fourth part is making sure your goals are relevant. Again, like we talked about before, one of the reasons goals fail is because we're not setting them for ourselves and we're not setting them for the right reason. So we want to make sure that when we're setting our goals, we're setting them out of a place of positivity and self-love and not out of that negative self-hate, kind of self-doubt area. If it's something that we're truly excited to do for ourselves, we're going to be way more successful with that. And then the fifth part, of setting those SMART goals is making sure that they're time bound. And so what this really means is making sure you have deadlines set for yourself. Again, this ties in with those goals being specific and measurable. When we set timelines, it's going to help us stay on track and make sure we achieve those things. So, like I said, this is something that we do at Experience Wellness all the time, and it's something that we're really passionate about and that we want to help you with as well, which is why we created our Visions and Vino event. This is an awesome event if maybe vision setting and goal setting is brand new to you and you've never done it before, or maybe you fall into that 90% that maybe wasn't so successful with the New Year's resolution that you set for yourself last year. We're really going to walk you through step by step the process of how to create that vision for yourself and then how to set those SMART goals to help you achieve it. Maybe you're someone who feels like this is really a strength of yours. We still encourage you to come. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to be a great opportunity to connect with other like-minded people. So Visions and Vinos, it's going to be next Friday, January 25th at 6 p.m. at Grizzlies. We're going to have food. There's going to be drinks. Everyone's going to get a little creative. We're all going to create a vision board for ourselves. And like I said, set those goals and make sure that we are having just an awesome year. So with all that being said, I just want to leave you with a few parting thoughts. And the first one is to really give yourself grace with this whole process. So no one is perfect, and your journey with this isn't going to be either. So if you have a bad day, you miss a workout, maybe you accidentally eat a whole pizza, that's okay. Give yourself some grace. Know that tomorrow's a new day. You can start fresh and get yourself back on track. The second is find a community to support you. Share your goals with someone, whether it's a spouse, a partner, a friend, your team at Experience Wellness. We want to be on this journey with you. The number one resolution people set is health related. So whether you want to lose weight or you want to get in shape or you want to eat healthier, we want to be there to support you. And so if you're already part of our community, let us know what your goals are so we can check in, support you, keep you accountable. And if you're not part of our community, we want to invite you to become a part. We really have a unique place in the healthcare market in that we can actually measure your body's capacity to handle your daily stressors. How awesome would that be to know what that is when you're trying to set your goals and resolutions for 2019? Maybe you're someone who wants to be more active, but your capacity is zero. Like your tank is empty, you are depleted. Adding that extra challenge is going to be really hard for your body to handle. So we want to encourage you to, come into our office, get scanned, find out, how your body is adapting and handling stress. Everyone in our office gets a unique care plan that's specifically designed for them and their needs. And, we've seen so many people just move from that state of exhaustion and stress to a state of ease where they just know that their body is working at its best for them. You know, how much easier is it going to be to achieve your goals when you don't have to worry about how your body is going to respond, or if you're going to have enough energy to even do it. So if you feel like you're one of those people who's just kind of stuck in that negative pattern of stress and exhaustion and overwhelm, reach out to us. Send us a private message or give us a call, and let's open up the conversation of how we can really help you have the best year yet. Bye, guys.